I'm glad you come out here with me today because, ever since my childhood in the mountains in Northern California, I was just riding my dirt bike in the forest and in the mountains.
What kind of bike was it? Like 125 cc's?
Well, it was just like a lawnmower engine with a welded frame, 1 speed and a handbrake. Wow. So
you were just 7 years old?
Yeah, my dad got it for me at like a garage sale. So it wasn't a really good dirt bike, but it was enough for me to get out there. And you got the gas and the brake, and you get the right costume on, and you get in the right mindset, and then you can do it.
It's not just a costume, right? It's called gear. You got to have a helmet. You got a leather jacket, some protection.
Yeah, I understand technically it's like some kind of gear, but for me it looks like a cool looking costume.
Yeah.
I think it looks like a lot of fun, and I'm pretty sure it's like riding a bike. You never forget,
No, it's not the same. Is it that simple, in America to ride a dirt bike at a competition?
Yeah, you just go there, you get the sticker. I always try to get like a number 77 or some kind of number with a 7, my lucky number. You get the costume, the sticker, you put on the hat, the special hat, and then you can do it.
In Russia, it's not that simple. You gotta have like a specific permit, licenses, and all that, because they don't want to take the responsibility for you getting killed and hit and all of that. So.
But I thought it's like mostly just normal people. They get, they wake up and they say, today I want to do a motorcycle. Like that's for me. When I have a mood for that, I really want to do it. And I don't like to plan it out for, days and days in advance. It's just like, I have the money, I have the motivation, I have the mood. Let me go and just ride that thing.
Man, you already tried so many of those. Remember how you went dancing? Remember, and how about skateboarding?
Yeah, well,
I
did.
For TikTok something? What was TikTok situation?
My hip-hop master classes.
Yeah, hip-hop master class.
But we had some people who were paying a membership fee every month for the hip-hop master classes.
Oh,
and with skateboarding, I did compete in the competition.
Man, it's gonna be just like the same. You know what I mean?
I wanted to do the jump over the tires and like this guy. This number 11, I think. Uh-oh.
Oh, wow.
He falls down.
What would you do if that happened to you?
Is there any way I could skip this part if I was in the race? Because I don't like to ride on the rocks.
No, that's just the rule.
Because this looks really uncomfortable for me. Like, I wouldn't like to do that part.
That's the idea. You see who is the best at riding on the rocks.
Oh, 74. This guy's got it. I want to do the fun parts, but I just want to skip the rocks. That's how I want to do it. That's what I was going to do. Am I allowed to go around like that?
No, that's right.
That was my idea earlier.
You had so many different ideas. It's just like another one. There is a chance you'll probably just drop it like in a week. Let's be honest.
But when I see it right now, I really feel like I belong there. Except for this part with the rocks, but when I see the fun parts, I know that I belong there. This is my place,
Yeah.
And I'm willing to do whatever it takes today to get out there. Today, I'm willing to do it. I think I'll be really good at the part where you go over the jumps. Yeah. It's going to be good for me.
Since I came to Moscow, I felt so safe, and for me it was a miracle, because in so many countries the situation is not good. Like in Spain, for example, maybe no one's gonna kill anybody, but you can get robbed. In the metro, the police officers say, "Oh, be careful, hold your backpack in the front." And here in Moscow, it was just like, don't worry, just live your life. And for me, it was amazing. The nightlife, there's always something to do. The parks, like I didn't know that having a walk could be so beautiful, so nice. We don't have the infrastructure in El Salvador to walk in the sidewalk and look around. The 4 stations that are really beautiful in their own way. during winter is one decoration of the city, and things to do are different in every season. Different sports you can do, different activities you can do, and in general it's a very nice place to live. So maybe it's challenging for me during the winter, and I had a very nice life living here in Moscow. I even prefer to live here than to live in Dubai. I prefer to live here.
Smell very good.
Probably he would like it. Let's see. Wow, what do we have here?
Casey, hello.
So excited
many
to see you.
Yeah, nice to see you.
Welcome back. Welcome
Thank
back.
you.
Okay.
Great to see you.
Hey,
Andrea,
nice to see you.
nice to see you. Hi. So,
Hi.
welcome.
Wow,
you.
so excited to be here.
Already in process, especially. Oh, Russian Banya should have passed the door. So, let's start from the house. Introduce this Vera, small Sophia, and what's your name?
Sasha.
Hello, Sasha.
Hello.
Hello, hello. Sasha, do you speak English?
No.
He's a good person to learn it.
Okay, he knows
You have a chance
no.
today.
This is the important word. He knows how to say no.
No,
already.
yeah, that's exactly. Okay, let's go. Andrea,
You can put it.
I want to introduce you my father,
Oh,
Vasily.
okay.
Come in. Welcome.
Okay, hello. Nice to meet you.
Andrea was
Nice to
first
meet you.
Spanish nanny to my daughter
Nice to meet
Casey. I know like so
Wow.
many years.
Nice to
He's
meet you.
fantastic governor.
Thank you, thank you.
So,
Nice to meet you.
Delicious.
котлеты.
Oh, yeah? Okay. Can I try?
Test.
Mmm,
What do you feel?
really tasty. Yum.
Casey, your turn. Can you do it?
Oh, okay.
Are you brave enough to eat it?
Okay, I'm brave, I'm brave.
I hope
It
this
looks
is
delicious.
sweet.
Oh, it's really hot though, it's really hot. Okay, maybe that's
Thank
the
you.
reason. Could I?
I
By
think
the
he
way,
wants
is
it
kotleta.
lucky?
He's from Britain. Cocker
Ah.
British Spaniel.
Is good?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Good, it's not strong enough word. Maybe great, fantastic, super, something like this.
I think it's great.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe that's the reason you win some wine, no?
Yeah, no, 20 to 20 euro each.
20 euro each.
No, non c'è problema. We have Chablis,
He's from France.
Rioja, France, yes, Spanish, France.
Interesting. It's still possible to get some France wine
Yes.
in Russia. Difficult life.
Well, I've never seen one like that before.
And do you have?
No. Why you
gun
didn't?
USA in California, something like that?
I don't have, my father has shotguns. My father has the big collection of guns, but I don't have it. So. But this is really amazing. I never saw anything quite like that. There's some,
Can you open it?
I think I can figure it out, but it's
A
not,
special Russian secret.
okay, like this. Yeah, so very interesting tab and interesting details on there. And I can see that this is handmade, right? And,
For sure.
and with a lot of care and a lot of detail. So just like this to put it back, and then the other side with the fork.
Yeah.
And again, it's very amazing detail on there.
Samovar is started from Iran. Yes.
I thought
Yes,
it was
first samovar was created not in Russia. No. Today we will do tea from samovar.
Andrea, Casey.
Hi, nice to meet you. Andrea.
Andrea.
Yes.
I'm Casey. Nice to meet you.
Andrea, she's
Furman, good to meet you.
Things, are you the car guy?
Something like that.
You were the car guy
years
today.
ago.
Something like that. Yeah. Casey.
Elijah.
Elijah, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Kevin, I'm Casey.
Monica.
Great. This is a big privilege for her, I think.
Yes.
15 years ago, I believe.
Yes,
Yeah?
yes.
So she was 1 year.
So how long have you been in Moscow then?
About 16 years.
Oh, okay. The time flies, doesn't it?
It flies, yeah.
I've been here like 12 years, and I know people say like 12 years. I'm like, well, I plan to stay like 1 or 2 years, and then I got a 3-year visa, then it expired, and I got another 3-year visa, and after that 3 years, there's something going on with work, and before you know it, 10 or in your case, 16 years.
it meant to be? I mean, apart from the purely professional, it's a real pleasure to work with somebody who seems to actually care, you know, about his company, about his clients, and about his staff as well. If what Vasily said is true, that nothing in life happens by chance, then in that case Valentin chose his parents very well. So we're equally lucky to have you, Valentin. So thank you for your continuing work, enthusiasm and energy, and we look forward to continuing all of this in the future. So thank you and cheers.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yes. You live here. You don't travel to your country, correct? You're just 12 years here. Not going to Canada.
Maybe 3 times.
3 times.
3 times.
In 12 years.
In Canada?
Yes. And Canada, COVID was the big problem. When COVID happened, I saw the big difference between Canada and Russia when COVID happened. I couldn't return to my own country, Canada, because of COVID without a vaccination. But I could return to Russia without a vaccination. So there you go.
Yeah, so you're welcome here.
Yes, obviously.
With Russian vaccination, yeah?
With no vaccination.
No?
No problem. Yes.
Of course, we need a teacher.
That's right. That's not even the important part, right? The vaccination.
And your family, like, are they visiting you a lot here in Russia?
No, never.
Never?
No.
Why not? Are they scared of Russia?
I really don't have any extended family. My parents died, and 2 sisters lived their own life in Canada.
And sisters, they don't plan to come to Moscow?
No, because, you know,
Their lives?
they don't believe in Russia. They think they believe in the propaganda there, so
So they believe in propaganda, so you say to them that it's not bad here, or what?
they won't even speak to me.
Because you came here, they don't speak with you?
Yes.
If you saw the TV, I have lots of people, like, they have very different view of Russia,
Yeah.
very different.
Now, home is where you lay your hat, so my family's here, so it's home. Before I even went looking for my wife, I always knew I was going to marry a Russian woman. I just knew that they were for the best for home life, and they were the best housewives, but they were also very толковые, you know. They were able to do anything, you know. They can fix anything, solve any problem, and not ask for a lot, believe it or not. I believe that. I may be rethinking that a little bit. But after that, I guess when I was 29, I finally decided, okay, it's time to get married. And so I went online. You know, the internet was ablaze back then. I got my first computer. And I went on these sites where you can buy the address for women, and then you mail them a letter, introductory letter, you know. So I did that to 20 different women, and only one answered me, and that was my current wife of 25 years. But as it turns out, she was from Ukraine, which is the same as Russia anyway. It's all the same. I knew that. I don't know how I knew that back then, but I did. So we were Canada, Kiev, Canada, Kiev. A few years I'd work in Kiev, and we go back to Canada. And after my education of becoming a certified teacher, then I started looking for work, and I found some good work here in Moscow. Yeah, well, it was very painful. We were in Kiev during the Maidan. We watched it all happen. We watched a lot of the atrocities happen. It's hard to believe how the West is blind to it, or didn't want to talk about it. We know exactly what's going on, but none of our friends do. So that made it difficult, because they thought we were just, I don't know, what do they call them? Putin's puppets, you know. But we just know the truth. Everyone else doesn't. So we're pretty much estranged. We don't talk to our friends, our relatives anymore because of this, because many of them were in Ukraine. But you know, that's what the propaganda has done. Well, yeah, it was a gradual decision. You know, the economy was not getting any better in Canada. I mean, now it's completely crushed, but back then it was just getting harder and harder and harder. And she missed her parents, so it made more sense to come back to Ukraine, work. It was a win-win situation because she got to be with her family. I started a new career teaching, so it just seemed to be the right thing to do. Now my children have all gone to the Russian education system from grade 1, so they learn Russian language, Russian writing, all the basics that they need I think, to be good people.
Yes.
Na zdrowie.
To your health, to your health, to your
Na
health,
zdrowie.
to your health,
Our health.
to your health.
How you call it بالعربي فرصة عيدة فرصة عيدة.
في صحتكم في الهنا والشفاء. Yeah. سعدة.
How do you get away without taking two of them?
Is this
Yes,
chicken
I think
or?
that's one of the.
What kind of meat is it?
It's a
Is
pork.
the no, it's kangaroo.
Oh, kangaroo, my favorite. Okay.
I thought it was a zebra.
No zebra. Yeah.
We are here in Moscow and we are ready to answer all your questions. If you have any worries about Russia, you can ask us.
Can you tell me more about the contract and the conditions of the contract?
So it's definitely about the family, so we will discuss it with the families. But all these guys are working with families. I can ask them, are Russian families pay well?
In my experience, a lot of Russian people, they have like strong value of integrity and some other traditional values which they will keep their word. You know, if they make a promise or a contract with you, it's important for them to keep that contract.
They pay very well and as you wish. If you want to take it every weekly, whether by daily basis or monthly, anyhow to your convenience. Yes, and whenever I have any health issues or anything, I feel open talking to them. They recommend me even sometimes to their family doctors for very free treatment. They take really care. I am very precious to them because of my service to them. That's how they treat me.
So you say that they also not like only paying salary, but they also
No, just
have
like a
something.
family. Yes, but everything. The women are so good to me that we discuss everything like women, like friends or someone like the sister, from head to toe, about fashion, about health, childbearing, about children.
Successful, wealthy people, and sometimes you don't feel the most important person in the team, but I find there's always been a very high level of respect for the work that I do. Probably other people have noticed it too. You know, some of the richest people really respect what we do, which for me is important. I mean, it's nice to be paid. It's even nicer to be valued as a sort of team player, team member.
I can't say it's been any different, no. I mean, what you might not be aware of is in Russia, teaching is a very respected profession. So that spills over into all of these families, and I find that they really value us as teachers, and they've always been helpful. If I ever had a problem, I'd ask about something, and they were always ready to help.
I'm a little bit nervous to fly there. I've heard a lot of stories about difficulty traveling to Russia right now. So can you tell me a little bit more about my arrival in Russia and what that looks like?
Yeah, I know that a lot of people, they're afraid that there are some problems traveling to Russia. The main thing is just that there are no direct flights from the US and England or other European countries, but there are direct flights every day from Turkey and some other countries nearby to the Eurozone. So the main thing is now, if you want to travel to Russia, you need to have a connection through Istanbul or something like that. First of all, the public transportation is amazing that now you actually have a metro station from Vnukovo Airport directly into the metro. We didn't have that.
Maybe Firmin will be so kind to meet you there in the airport.
Wow, that would be exciting.
Firmin, would you do it? Is it okay for you?
With pleasure, yeah.
So will it make like for you easier if Firmin will meet you?
I would feel more comfortable with that.
Oh yeah, and it will be great to see you.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you for your help and all of the warm words. I'm looking forward to it and coming to Moscow and meeting you guys.
other thing I want to say about the social life, it's just like when I first came to Moscow in 2012, there weren't that many social events and networks for foreigners to go to. There might be like a certain restaurant or bar where they would hang out, and there were some like English clubs and stuff for practicing English, but now there's just been so many more different kind of groups in Telegram and WhatsApp that you can join, where there are a lot of both foreigners and local people who speak English or other, you know, Spanish, French, Italian languages like that. I even eventually started to organize my own social events, which I would post in social media. We invite a lot of other foreigners there, as well as Russian people who are interested in foreign language and foreign culture, or people who have lived and traveled abroad. And so I used to organize these parties every Saturday night. I think it's really nice when you can do something like that with your colleagues or people who are working in the same sphere as you, and get to know people with similar interests and work experiences.
So I think it would be cool if we could gather for the weekend and do something to get acquainted and get to know each other better. Like, because our job is a bit lonely, and we need to get like a community to have someone to hang out with.
Maybe we can do some kind of party or some kind of activities. Some groups, team building together. What do you think?
Yeah, it would be great.
Yeah, I think we could do it this month in September, for example.
Yes.
Before the snows, yes.
Yeah, all right. So I'm going to help planning, and I think we can make some different activities. Countryside would be nice.
Countryside.
Some fresh air and some good atmosphere. It would be nice.
Дым костра создает уют, искры гаснут в полете сами. 5 ребят о любви поют, чуть охрипшими голосами. 5 ребят о любви поют, чуть охрипшими голосами. Ты еще спишь, но так хороша. Боюсь нарушить твой сон прекрасный. Переступаю, чуть дыша, и поправляю твое школьное платье. Переступаю, чуть дыша, и поправляю твое школьное платье. Что мне делать с ниточкой такой? На этот стол и на эти книжки я брошу лифчик твой голубой и смешные твои крысишки.
There is a rumor. I heard English nanny agency governed Putin's children. Yes, is that really true? Because this is a very good opportunity for me. I'll be very happy to work with them. If it is true, chip me in. I want to work. How true is this? Because there is a big rumor going on.
Frankly, we cannot comment on everything like this, but you definitely know that we have very high-profile families.
I know that you make your candidates sign the privacy agreement that says we're not going to tell any private details about the people we work with, and I know in my past jobs that I signed these privacy agreements, and I always honor them. I don't talk about the personal lives or the details of any of the people that I work, and I think that that's why your agency is so trusted by people who value their privacy.
Approximately we have more than 15,000 candidates. Some of them are retiring, so it's like a process. We're always looking for other candidates, but very important to keep connection with the ones we already in touch and the ones we placed in the families. That's the most valuable asset to us, because when you know the candidate and when the candidate has a good reference and we know the family he worked in, that's the best proof that's a good candidate. Most of our clients, for the moment, like for 3 or 4 years, we don't have any advertisement. Like before, we had like advertisement, even in some kind of luxury places, golf clubs, highways where like people who can afford it live. But at the moment, we don't have any advertisement, and like 95% is going through word of mouth. In fact, we have lots of clients all over the world. Just for me, it doesn't really matter where I am located. I can be in Moscow, Dubai, or wherever. Just we have the request from the client and we analyze the base. It can be nanny, it can be governess, it can be now bodyguards, drivers, housekeepers, and any kind of languages and any kind of special requests. And all of them we are trying to hear. So sometimes like you are in Dubai and they're asking you to find somebody in Nice and they want a bodyguard, but they don't want a local bodyguard because they don't trust local police. And now in Monte Carlo, the level of crime, unfortunately, is going up. So we find qualified bodyguards in London, and they're going like for 1 month to Monte Carlo. Many families like travel, so you need to be very flexible, and like some of them like, okay, tomorrow we fly there, but the clients usually, they're not just like taking advantage of you, because if they feel you're trying to help them, then they will give you bonuses, they will give you extra holidays. You will also definitely usually fly with them by their private jet. If you have some problems with your health, they try to solve it, to help it. You have problems with your teeth, and they even pay for your teeth to be redone, because like it's better to, you know, if the guy is okay, they can invest in him, and then he will do his job. He takes very good medical care for free. And the level, like everybody is saying that the level of medicine, especially the candidates that are going to, is like super high. You have the best equipment, you have the best doctors, all analyses are very clean, the clinics like just super fantastic.
But sometimes any cut, any wound may bleed. It used to be sick. You can hear and feel any airflow. Try to be on him, straight your arms, and you have to make compression with all your body. Start it. You know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. More often, it's very like this, more often. Faster, faster, faster. Okay, okay. Thank you.
The first thing really important that I want to say, it's about healthcare, because in America, healthcare is so expensive, and we often have the problem where the person is paying thousands of dollars for their health insurance, but they can't get the doctor to agree to do a specific test that they want to do. And I have a friend, he had some symptoms of cancer, and he researched it, he read about it, he went to the doctor, and he said, I'm worried about this, and I want this test. And the doctor said, no, you don't need that test, and we won't do it. And it's not covered by the insurance, and they just don't want to do it. And I told him, in Moscow, the service is so good. The doctors are so friendly to me, everything is so clean and so professional, and I can come with a list of 10 tests. As long as I pay for it, they let me do every single test I want, and they'll give me the results within a day or two. So for me, that's really a big relief. And I was even explaining to my friends that my dad, he had a lot of health problems a year ago. And they said, just tell him go to the doctor and get all of the tests in one day, and tomorrow they'll give him the answer. I said, I wish it was like that in America, but it's not. They bring him, they do one test, and then they schedule an appointment for a month later, and they do another test, and this goes on for months. And my father was losing weight every month, about 5 kilos, and they worry that he can't keep losing weight because he can be in danger.
My son broke his arm on the skating rink, and the ambulance came, took him, and it was all free. Put a cast on him. Medicine's unbelievable. It's fantastic. If I want an MRI tomorrow, in fact, I could have one tonight if I wanted to. In Canada, I'd have to wait 6 months for an MRI. Imagine they suspect me of having cancer and they want to give me an MRI. I have to wait 6 months. That makes sense, right?
Had the tooth removed. I mean, it was all very easy, very simple, very quick, very comfortable, very, not necessarily cheap, but at least it could be done quite fast and professionally. It's fantastic.
Russian extreme.
Yeah, imagine this on ice. Do you remember that event we did at the golf club? It was the women's golf tournament or something. Yeah. And what was it was like a bal masquerade, a sort of a masked ball.
You were Graf Dracula, correct?
I think I was. Yeah.
Sounds really cool.
I know. Yeah, maybe not Dracula, and I think I was I don't know, a mystical Italian prince or something. But yeah, with this just a bit of atmosphere, it was really fun. People enjoyed it, as far as I remember. I think they enjoyed your champagne.
Champagne, yeah, we were sponsors and also poured lots of champagne, so our place was very popular.
Yes.
So it was a good idea.
Long queues, as far as I remember. Yeah, that was fun.
We should find some photo.
Somebody was asking about salad. It's supply.
What's the Banya?
The Banya, I think, is fair to say more than a hobby. It's more of a dependency. I need the Banya. I mean, in terms of variety and contrast and extremes, the Banya is wonderful because you get the extreme heat and then extreme cold. And again, it's other cultures have a similar practices. Everybody likes to do the Banya their own way. The sort of temperature, humidity, flavors, the aromas. And actually it's a really good one, it's again our inglorious English history that we didn't have, personal hygiene was not a really big thing in Europe generally, I think. I mean, there are perfectly good and sensible reasons to organize a Banya fairly regularly. Once a week is a good one, just purely to sort of keep yourself clean. And that feeling that you get after the Banya of all the contrasts and beating yourself with very leafy twigs. So probably the key moment with the Banya is the veniki, when you have to get everything right, depending on how you see it. After that, you not only feel clean, you feel completely like newborn, which is fantastic.
So look, first thing about the Banya, you need good veniki, right? So leaves, this one is birch, but oak is also good. I nearly said dub, but oak, dub. I don't know, what do you call it, like purifying, not purifying, that's the wrong word, I can't think what it is. It's like super amazing water, just, with the citrus it really cleans your skin. So what I like to do is just put a bit of this, which is maybe flavoured with maybe some sort of oil, just put a little 1 or 2 drops of oil in, and then it's straight on the stones. And there might be a lot of steam, but the effect is phenomenal. So there you go. That's steam, not smoke, right? Don't panic, there's no fire. And one of those, and you feel the effect immediately. So you can do 1 of those, 2 of those. If it's a big Banya, you can do 12. It's amazing, and it feels hotter, but it's not hotter. It's just the humidity, and that really helps. So you just kind of, if you get 2 of these, it's just hot and brilliant. You can a little bit on your face and just, amazing. Ideally you start with your feet, right? Just gently, like the soles of your feet, and you should feel it almost burn. It's like, it sounds strange, but it's the best. It's like to the limit of your tolerance. Same, and ideally with 2 Guinness, you just kind of slowly, and then
гость. Как выживать в России?
С удовольствием скажу. И когда они уже приступили к приготовлению ужина.
Classmate who was really interested in Russia, in the culture and everything, and she applied for a scholarship. And because of her, I knew about the scholarship. And I remember she wasn't the best student. So I was like, if she got the scholarship, I can get the scholarship. And then I was a bit scared because it seemed like it's not true, it's too easy, and there's so many benefits. We didn't have an exam. We just applied, we gave the documents, translation and everything. For me, it was a bit weird, suspicious. What is it? Until we went to the embassy in Nicaragua, Russian embassy, the flag and everything. I remember my dad came with me because he also couldn't believe it. So after we gave all the documents, there's a person who receives you at the embassy. We thought, okay, this is true. She can go. And because at the beginning we couldn't believe it. Free education, free books, because we took it at the library and we could give it back later after we finished. In my country we have to buy expensive books. We had very almost private language lessons. I was really grateful for the chance, to be honest. The ones we came, we were 12 students, and only I graduated. The rest came back to El Salvador. They couldn't pass the exams, they couldn't learn the language, they didn't like the place where they were living here, so they decided to leave. I think they are the roles of the man and the woman. What I've noticed is that men say to women that your salary is for you. Use it in yourself. Go do your nails. Go do your hair. Women, they invest a lot in beauty, like the nails, the hair, the clothes and brands. So yes, it's very different. The roles, the woman has to cook and the man has to work and provide. And she can work if she wants, but it's not a mandatory. Well, I don't know, I just had one boyfriend, so I cannot say a lot about Russian guys. But I think in my opinion, a relationship can start really fast. We don't even know each other very closely and we're a couple. And in my case it was like that. But some girls, they say they just never get to anything serious. So in every situation I think is different. It's really uncomfortable to be asking, how do you do things, you know? What is okay or normal in your country? What do you do, what you don't do? What is normal for you? What is out of the line? What should I do? Or we kissed, for example, when we just met, and then we talk normal. And I've had the experience that someone takes my hand right away and won't let my hand, and that's really we don't do that. It's really, really uncomfortable for me. So it's quite a challenge to date here.
Roles of men and women are a little bit more clearly defined because in America it's so confusing. Sometimes the women want to be treated like a lady and sometimes they say, no, I'm equal, I can do everything you can do and I can do it better. And it's very confusing because sometimes a woman can get offended when the man tries to open the door for her, but sometimes she can get offended if he doesn't try to open the door for her. Sometimes a woman can get offended if you try to pay, sometimes she gets offended if you don't try to pay. And when I come to Russia, at least it's like a little bit more clear what's expected of me. And hopefully I can expect that the girl will do some nice things for me in return, because she also values like her role. And so I know that some Russian women, they insist to do things that, you know, men from England and America, they're not used to the woman helping with cooking or cleaning, or sometimes even if the jacket or the shirt has a small hole, the woman will insist that you take it off and she stitch it up and put it right back on you. And this is absolutely unheard of for American women, because a lot of American women, unfortunately, they view this kind of stuff as oppressive. If you ask a woman to do cooking and cleaning, and especially to sew something, this is like oppressive for them. Russia apparently has one of the highest rates of women in leadership positions as managers and CEOs, even higher than America. So this is really impressive when you see that Russian women, they know how to find the balance of embracing the traditional Russian values, but they still know how to work hard, how to have a career, how to do business. And they know that being successful in business doesn't mean you have to be masculine. You can be a lady and you can still be a CEO. And so I think this is really impressive, because unfortunately in America, a lot of women get the impression that you have to be masculine if you want to be successful. And I even know women in America who take voice lessons to try to sound more like a man. They get a haircut like a man, they wear a suit like a man, and they want to talk like a man, because they say, if I'm going to be successful in business negotiations, I need to come in and say, hey, this is how we do business. I'm wearing a suit. I'm in charge here. In Russia, more people there living an active life. They're a bit slimmer. I think a bit more cheerful, although you can't see it on the surface when you're speaking to somebody that you don't know. But once you get acquainted with people, they tend to be more emotionally stable, less depression, less anxiety. We have 50% of our population in America taking prescription medication for this. And I never dated a Russian girl who was taking any prescription medication, so, or at least not for depression or anxiety or something like that. So this is much different. And Russian women tend to dress a little bit more feminine. So for American or British men, it's very attractive to see the woman who talks like a woman, walks like a woman. She's a bit more slender. She doesn't need to have a perfect figure, but she looks like a woman. And she doesn't need to wear the perfect clothes, but she wears woman's clothes. Then this is a really beautiful thing. And for us, beauty, it's like the whole package.
I prepared like a little surprise.
Uh-oh.
You know what I mean?
Wondering what I got myself into here.
Yeah, exactly. Well, but I bet you'll like it. I bet you'll like it.
Okay,
you know?
let's see.
It's definitely something you were interested in.
Well, I appreciate it. You know me very well indeed.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, it's a really unique place, I'll tell you that. I've never been here before.
Well, welcome in.
Whoa. Oh, what is this place? It's so
It
colorful.
is S17 Enduro Club.
Oh, it's amazing. So colorful.
Renting motorcycles and meet these great gentlemen here.
Okay, nice to meet you guys.
Nice to meet you.
It's a real pleasure to be here.
Maxim.
Nice to meet you, Maxim.
Anatoly.
Anatoly, it's my
And
pleasure.
also a very famous blogger,
Kirill.
Привет, спортсмены! Вы на канале Enduro, и сегодня мы будем вам рассказывать про тех претендентов, которые мы выбрали из 80 анкет.
Good to meet you, Kirill.
Yeah, he won so many races in
Yeah, I
Russia.
saw
He's a
race
very famous
videos.
person, yes.
Wow.
And he will be actually teaching you.
Oh my goodness, this is a big surprise for me.
You'll get to choose like anything you want, we'll rent it, and then we'll ride the bike today.
Oh, that's pretty exciting. I really wasn't expecting this.
Yeah, I remember how I saw how much you wanted to ride the bike, and now your dream is gonna come true.
The men are also more masculine, which for me it's a good thing, because I have more masculine friends in Russia than I have in America. And just by being here, it helped me to be more confident, more strong, like not only mentally, but physically, because my friends, they're strong and physically active and mentally tough guys, and we solve challenges together and we support each other. So I think for a man, this is really good, because it helps you to feel more confident and more, you know, positive about yourself.
Первое, вот так, когда мы раз заняли. Вот так, когда мы с вами забиваем клапан, а вы стоите так, то у вас
Tip of the steering bar. Okay, so I need to...
просто это делается вот так. То есть смычочки.
You can say that you should be confident, and it's good to be confident, but you actually don't have that many life skills that you should be confident in. And once you develop more life skills and you overcome a lot of challenges, then you realize like, oh, okay, I believe in myself, but I actually have a reason because I know what I can do in this situation and that situation. And my friends saw me here and there, and they saw how all of this stuff went. And so it's a different level of confidence when you've experienced a lot and you overcome challenges than it is if you just say, oh, I believe in myself, because it's a good thing to do.
Main 17.
Well, Casey, it's thanks to Kirill.
Yeah, that was an amazing surprise. I never would have expected that. And the real motor vlogger, Kirill, he really showed us a lot of stunts, a lot of tricks, and it was really inspiring for me.
Oh yeah. 100%.
So I know I didn't make much progress, but this is just the beginning of the journey for me. You guys showed me what's possible, and I'll be back here at S17. The biggest thanks to all the guys for making our special dream a reality. We definitely appreciate it.
Thank you.
And we're gonna tell everyone that you guys are the go-to place for enduro racing and for really memorable experiences.
Thank you. Yeah, if you have a Russian friend, that's a very good friend. They literally will, you know, help support. I think sort of true friendship has a stronger meaning here than for me back home in England. It seems that way. And one of the problems is that in the West, generally, people don't understand Russia. I mean, there's quite a good argument to say, well, Russia does things this way because it's Russia, right? You can kind of say the same about any other country. But, I mean, Russia is unique. It's always been sort of stuck between East and West. And there is a particular mentality in Russia that makes it unique. And I'm intrigued to try to find some sense of some kind of absolute, you know, something that sort of connects all Russian people and probably doesn't change too much over time, what it means to be Russian. And I deliberately chose a very ambitious question because I'm really not sure that I can answer it convincingly myself, but I'd love to try. Showing non-Russians what Russia is, how it works, what it's like, you know. I mean, it's literally not a million miles from Europe. You know, there's so much in common, and so many wonderful aspects of Russian culture that not only popular with me, it's everyone loves it, right? There's some concept of traditional values and historical tradition, some sense of being Russian that I'm sure everyone shares. Maybe there are small differences, but I think that, there must be something that I'm sure is stronger in Russia than in Britain, is a sense of being Russian.
People are not known for being overly friendly, but they're very efficient and very respectful, and I would say like very civilized. You know, they know all the basic things to do in the interaction that must be done, and usually they do all the basic things, but they don't add a lot of extra small talk. And for me, when I go to the grocery store to buy the groceries, in America, it's actually a little bit rude if I don't look that person in the eye and ask them, how are you today, or something, if I don't have some kind of small talk with them. But in Russia, if I have small talk with the person in the shop, they actually think I'm a bit strange, you know? They just want to know, like, do you want a bag or you don't want a bag? You want to pay by card or you want to pay by cash? They don't want me to say like, oh, it's so hot today, so cold today, or oh, it looks like you're really busy today. They don't want my comments on that. And it's not because they're rude, it's just because they're trying to be very efficient and very productive in their work, I think.
Yeah, they open up a bit later, yes, but at the beginning it's very careful. Like, Russians are more quiet than Latins. Like at the metro, sometimes there's just this noise of the metro. But the people are quiet, looking at their phone, and I became more quiet here in Russia. I remember before I could speak loud and laugh in the metro, like, and the people would just look at me like, why are you happy? Why are you so noisy? And I think people are more quiet, and everything is like very secret. They don't like gossiping. I have more things to do and cheaper. Like you can take the metro, you pay 50 rubles, that's like 50 cents. And then you can go to the other corner of the city and have a walk, enjoy a beautiful park, a nice meal, and it's not that expensive. And there's so many activities to do, cheap or free. The museums, everything is. I prefer to live here. The only problem is the winter. And in Dubai it's really nice, it's very new, also very safe, but I feel that I prefer to have this public transport that Moscow offers and the opportunity to go out without staying poor after a dinner, you know. For food, I love that in Moscow you have many options of food from different countries that I never had in my country, like from Georgia, Kyrgyzstan, Armenia, Thailand, Vietnam. We don't have that in my country and it's so tasty. So I really love to go to those like food markets. And I go with my friends and everyone asks something from a different country and I love to go to those places. Everything is a new experience, new flavors, it is not expensive at all, and we always have a good time.
Absolutely amazing. This man, he asked us, what do you want to look for? So you see here we have the map, it shows you where's the bathrooms, where's information.
Vermin, look at
Oh look,
it.
Vermin's here. We're just using the digital map. Did you find something tasty yet?
Yeah, loads of stuff.
Okay.
Food time, let's go. Are we allowed to eat?
I think we're supposed to, yeah. She told us, hurry up and then start.
That's the soup I wanted.
We should do. We should try to find some place out of town with like loads of space where we can just go for a weekend or something and like do different activities like
Yeah, but
fishing
what
and-
kind of place are we gonna? We can't just go to a parking lot or something, right? Do you think so?
But look. Wait, we found some options for. These are like little villas. They're like separate little villas. You can get. It's not quite a villa. What would you call it? Like a little.
This one, I want to walk through the path through the grass, and then I think we could do like hide and seek or some.
That would be fun.
Some kind of Lord of the Rings reenactment with fake swords.
Cheap? Is it cheap? And it's from 7,000 rubles.
About $70. But I see all the houses in the picture, they're really cool, but I want to see more about the yard and the landscape. The trees are so big, and I just think, yeah.
I like it that it looks really, look at the pool.
Look at that pool. We could play Marco Polo or Duck Duck Goose. Some kind of place for doing archery, like the shooting the bow and arrow.
To do different
Yeah.
activities, some running,
Could be
some
fun.
duck and walls,
Maybe do some cooking or something.
I can be a boat captain if there's a boat.
Boats.
I can play
Boats possible.
volleyball, I don't know, we can cook, we can do different things.
What about badminton? I like badminton. When you have the rackets and you hit the birdie.
It's also so cool.
In America, we do like three-legged race, and we do potato sack race, and we play Red Rover, Red Rover.
Game.
You know these games?
Yeah.
Because I'm just. Did you ever do that one, Furman?
We played the game where you put an apple on your head and somebody.
I don't volunteer for that.
Look, I found a small house, like it's for just 3,000.
Wow, could I see the territory?
Yes, look, it's a house
Yeah, I like it.
for 3,000. Really cool.
Nice.
Maybe during
Oh,
the
a
weekend.
picnic table. There's a picnic table there. I know Furman's going to want to do his arm wrestling competitions again. He always liked to arm wrestle. Chef Cream in a pan, you know.
Look,
What?
Good.
Where is it from? Some kind of special website? Or
It's
something?
actually called Boss.
Yes, look, it's
Boss,
like
that's
not
you.
just to rest, but there's lots of activities for
Ah.
team building. Everything is for team building.
I think this place will be great.
Look, it's everything included. Все включено. Football, volleyball, настольный теннис.
That's for me.
Badminton.
Oh yeah, badminton.
Шашки, шахматы, настольные игры.
Шахматы.
Общая кухня Banya. We can do what you said about the kids.
Oh, the kids are happy.
And look at the territory, it's huge.
They're making a lifetime of memories.
They're not at all terrified. How strange.
No.
I think it's something new for many people. Okay, so we found a place.
Hey!
I think it's perfect.
Okay.
It's open, it has a lot of space. I mean, and activities are all included. So now we need to think about the topic. Like a general topic for all the reunion.
Like one with nature or something like that.
Yes, it's nature, like Russian nature, Russian forest.
You know what it's going to be? It's going to be a Russian countryside Olympics of I don't know, 10 different skills that everybody competes in some way. Either cooking the tastiest dish, fishing, catching the tastiest fish. What else rhymes with fish and dish?
Like a competition?
Some kind of like in a
Or it's more
way
for
of
learning?
It's-
It's just, okay.
that's when
It's just for...
we can have some. No,
And the prices, look, it's so cheap.
Yeah,
Like
Well,
$7.
fill it out with our tiny hands.
Yes, I think it's the best.
Yeah.
It's not to look cute, it's like to look fun or to
This
look
is the
scary.
best. We
Like
must get it.
kidnapped, like,
This is for Furman, the alien one.
and you have to pretend you're being kidnapped, and the one who does the best wins.
This looks like me after the holidays. The depot is really impressive development, and I remember when that was just like empty place with no restaurants or nothing in it, because I used to live right across the street near Belaruskaya, and this is my old neighborhood. So I watched the development over the years as they were working on everything, doing the repairs, and everything started getting better and better. It's great that actually I first of all met Valentin in a social event, and we didn't talk about work at all. I just saw him as a cool, outgoing, friendly guy. We just talked like friends. I said, let's stay in touch. And I had no idea that he was really involved with this kind of business at all until a couple years later. I saw that he had a lot of new vacancies that I was interested in, and I actually referred some people to him. For example, there's one British girl, and she didn't know that she can earn good money in Moscow. She was used to earning not much money, and she doesn't have a university education at all. I think at that time she was only like 21 years old, and she was like, nobody's going to pay me good money. And I said, well, you're British and you're a female, and a lot of people want a British woman to educate the children, you know. They care more about having a woman than about a man. I introduced her to Valentin, and she very quickly started getting a lot of offers, earning quite a lot of money, and that was a huge transition for her to go from taking these very low-paying teaching jobs to suddenly working for these very wealthy people.
The 52nd edition of the Nürburgring 24 Hours got underway then at 4 o'clock on...
Очень здорово, когда с клиентом есть история сотрудничества, и когда через какое-то время клиент становится уже не просто клиентом, а другом и партнером. С Артуром мы начинали сначала, естественно, по вопросу нянь. Нужно было подготовить его дочку, чтобы она Он практически не говорил на английском, нужно было улучшить уровень ее английского языка, что мы здорово достигли, она сейчас свободно говорит на английском.
Почему English Nanny? Потому что удобно, комфортно, безопасно. Подбор няни для ребенка – это ответственная работа. Поэтому English Nanny.
Дальше мы увидели совместные какие-то интересные проекты, потому что English Nanny это не просто уже агентство по подбору персонала, но это целый family office, и мы предлагаем и недвижимость, и другие услуги, и в том числе финансовые услуги. У Артура свой фонд, очень успешные показатели с 2017 года, и на фоне этого у нас есть второй вид сотрудничество, это не только по персоналу, но еще и по бизнесу. И таких ситуаций у нас много. Это и сотрудничество с ЕМЦ, у нас там сейчас школа нянь и школа мам. Также сейчас наше направление развития это AI, Artificial Intelligence, то есть искусственный интеллект. И это тоже мы делаем с моим другом и клиентом, который гениальный программист, победитель соревнований по программированию, разработчик Google, и он и подбирает команду соответствующую.
Наш искусственный интеллект состоит из 3 основных частей. Первая часть – это, собственно, поиск, который находит идеального кандидата к запросу от клиента, заданным в произвольной форме. Второе – это, собственно, общение с клиентом. Чат-бот будет общаться как человек, сможет ему объяснить, если человек что-то не понимает, клиент. И третья часть – это общение с нашими кандидатами и пополнение базы, чтобы она была как можно более актуальная, чтобы мы знали, где сейчас какой кандидат находится и готов ли он работать, а также самых подходящих по любым нестандартным запросам клиента.
Такого пока еще ни у кого нету. Мы очень надеемся, что наши клиенты скоро увидят абсолютно новый уровень услуг и это оценят.
I had a lot of other work, recruiting, I have some freelance work, I do editing, I had some online business, so I was staying quite busy. I wasn't really looking for work with Valentin, but occasionally if I saw something interesting, I would ask him about it, and he was very responsive, very friendly, very professional, and I had some experience with other agencies, and I know that a lot of them, they don't even answer the messages, and you don't know if they saw your application, and then sometimes they might write to you at midnight the night before and say, can you come to an interview tomorrow at 10 a.m. or something like that. And I saw that Valentin, he's like very professional, very relaxed, and he doesn't need to be so friendly to me and his employees because he's like at the top. And a lot of people at the top in another agency, they won't even talk to you. But he just talks to me like a friend, the same way he did on the first day that I met him. And I really appreciate him as a person.
The lady who introduced me, she really told me the man is just a person with a golden heart. He's so calm, he's so gentle. Ever since I've known him in my life, I even once asked him, do you really get angry sometimes? He just laughed and said, of course, but I do control my anger. He's so much a nice person. In Russia, when you're pregnant, you can't work, and when your baby is too little, people will not take you. But my little boy was just 3 months, and Valentin still gave me a very good work with good conditions that help me. Every day I go and come, I meet my child. And I did this work for 4 years, and as time goes on, I started getting higher salary, and I told him about it, and he just said, enjoy it, congratulations. He never took a pin from me. He never demanded anything from me. I always want to thank him, but where's money, gifts cannot say thanks enough to him. He is just, if I didn't meet him in Russia, I don't know what I would have done, seriously. Whenever I call on Mr. Valentin, I'm telling you, it doesn't take me more than a month. He will just fix me in. And always it's getting better and better, I mean with higher pay. I trusted him when he told me, Monica, stay in Russia, I'll fix you. I just trust this man so much. Yeah, because I know where I started with him and where he has gotten me to. So whenever he tells me, wait, I know I'm going to get something bigger.
All right, welcome, welcome. Guys, I'm so excited to be here tonight. Who else is excited about that? Yeah, because tonight we have a very special occasion with a very special guest, a very international guy who's always traveling here and there, and it's actually hard to keep track. Sometimes I feel like he doesn't even know what flight he's got booked in a couple days, but a very fortunate occasion when Valentin can be here for more than a week or two. And I know he's got a big flight coming up tomorrow, right? All the way time to head back to Dubai. And because of that, we're really happy to be here to celebrate with him, such a cool and important guy. And so many of us have been fortunate to know him for many years, not just a few months. Not just a few months. Catherine knows, she knows what I'm talking about. A lot of us, we've known him for a decade or so. I like that we have this kind of relationship, and sometimes I invite him to some events, and we also have some mutual friends and contacts. And that's great that he lives such an active lifestyle, doing his fitness, swimming, salsa dancing. Around 2016, it was like the first one where he recommended me to a really nice family, and I was going there for a few hours in the evening, like 3 days a week or something like that. But the family was very nice, they paid well, and so because I already have my main work, this is like a really good addition to my other work for me, because I could go there in the evening. The next year, Valentin, he offered me some other interesting positions, and I had the first trip to Dubai with a very high-profile family, and that was a really interesting experience. But I was working like 7 days a week, 10 hours a day, but I was happy to do that because they pay by the hour. I had a lot of trips where I work with some family that has a private jet, and when they have a private jet, they can change the plans at the last moment. So it's fun to fly in a private jet, but it can also mean that life is a bit full of surprises, because you don't really know when you're coming and going, and sometimes that's part of the job.
You need to be really flexible. Like, that's why they are paying so much. Like, we don't want to hear you have an exam this day and you have to be, no, you have to be available. Sometimes in this work, I go in the morning, sometimes in the afternoon, and they tell me one day before at night, hey, tomorrow you're gonna start at 14. And I'm like, okay. They are generous also. They take me with them, they pay me an apartment, they pay my meals, they want me to feel comfortable and to be loyal to them. Because these jobs, I think if someone wants to do this and is an honest person, should be ready to work here for at least 3 years if they have a baby student. Because if you leave after 1 year, that was for nothing almost. Like, the point is that the child gets used to you. So they want you to be a part of the family almost, for you not to leave to someone else. I have had offers of more money, even my own apartment, and many things, and I didn't leave because I was so comfortable with the family I'm working with. I felt my job is appreciated, I'm respected, and so of course some people has had a horrible experience, like kids that are very impolite or aggressive, and you have all the reasons to leave, then you leave. With my family, I would like to work there like till the end, till they tell me, Andrea, we don't need you anymore. Because the girl is really cute and we have a great connection. It's like you have a new family, I think, doing this job. If you compromise, you feel really rewarded in many aspects.
To be honest, no matter what, they are so cool. With me, all the women I have worked with, all the families I've worked with, they never treated me like a foreigner or an outsider. Maximum after 1 year with them, I'm just part of them. When children are writing essays in school or about them and they are counting their family, they count me in it. Yeah, they count mommy, father, brothers, sisters, and Monica. They always involve me. They never treat me like a maid or a trash. When they sit at one table during birthdays, Christmas, holidays, New Year's, we sit at the same table. We all dress beautiful. I do part of the cooking. They are all sweet. During Christmas, Women's Day in Vosmomata. In Russia, during birthdays, they always give me beautiful, nice gifts, sometimes in cash, sometimes gifts.
Well, when I was applying for jobs, it was 3 years ago, it was rota job, like you work 1 week, yes, 1 week, no. They were getting 4,000 euro every month. That's very enough to live in Moscow, like a lot. And some people even get 6,000 euro for full time. Like sometimes when they are happy with your job and everything, they increase the salary after 1 year, after 2 years. And I met some governors that were earning 6,000 euro a month in Moscow. That's a lot. In other countries, maybe it feels less, but in here it's a lot of money.
Moscow and London are quite different. Both cities, for example, have many parks sort of within the city limits. I would say, I mean, Moscow is a greener city. I think it was the greenest city in the world 10 years ago, now I think about it. But it's still quite a green city, you know, the boulevards, prospects, which is wonderful. Probably the main factor for me, in all seriousness, is probably the safety, just the personal safety. Like in Moscow, I do feel very safe, you know, 16 years, nothing, no incidents at all, not even a close shave. Yeah, I don't know, I like both cities. They both have history, culture. People always talk about the architecture.
Before I came to Moscow, I already lived in many, many cities in Eastern Europe and Western Europe and even Central Europe. And that's why, for me, I was so impressed with Russia, but Moscow specifically, that it's such a big city, but that's so clean, so modern, and so safe. You know, in America, any city that's even half the size of Moscow, it's like very dirty, so much crime, a lot of challenges with living there. It's much more expensive than Moscow. So for the American to come to Moscow for the first time is very impressive. I like Dubai. It's a really interesting place to visit, but for me, it's not like the kind of place I would want to live in the long term. You know, I think there's like very specific type of person that really loves Dubai. But for people who need to work hard every day, then it's a little bit more fun for me to do that in Moscow, where it's not quite so hot and where I have a more active social life and I can do a lot of different things in my free time. Also, for me, I just like the shops in Moscow where I buy all of my favorite foods, and to just buy the groceries in Dubai, it's different. In general, I'd say that Russian foods are much more natural. The prices just seem very low. I don't go out to eat a lot, but when I go to buy groceries, I just kind of allow myself to buy whatever I want. I don't even check the prices really, because I know that I can just fill up my cart as much as I want, and it's actually hard for me to spend more than 3,000 or 4,000 rubles in one trip to the grocery store. And this would be like, you know, $30 or $40 in America. But in America, it's really easy to spend $100 or $150 when you just try to get like the minimum items.
Soup, salad, and a main course, and some extra side dish. Yeah, I think I would probably go for this whole lunch. So what do? You add it to the basket. Brilliant. It's less. It's about £6. £6. I really don't know how it's possible.
Wild berries and ozone and all that, it's great for shopping online. You know, don't tell my wife that though, because she'll, you know, any chance she can, order something and it's here the next day. There's, the delivery system is fantastic and cheap. Like you can send a parcel right across the country, what, 9, 10 time zones for $10. You know, I can't send something from my city to Toronto for $200. So it's, and look at cell phone service. It's $8 a month here. In Canada, it's $150. And it's limited. This is unlimited, you know, MTS, pretty much unlimited. Well, 25 gig. Who uses more than 25 gig in a month?
There they are, it's a crowd.
Here comes everyone. They're finally here. We've been waiting.
Oh my God! The river is big!
Hey, you made it. Hello. All right. welcome. Good to see you. All right, hello, sir.
Hi guys, welcome.
Hey, you made it. Finally, you got here. We want to welcome everyone. We've been working very hard to plan a special event. And now Furman and Andrea are here with me, your host, Casey. We want you to know that we have some very exciting challenges and competitions ahead. But before we get started with that, we've got some welcome treats and pies. So we invite you to come in, have something tasty, and get ready for a day of adventure and excitement.
Hey! Lead us to the coffee.
Coffee's there.
So beautiful.
You look quite serious. We would like to officially start the event. Are you volunteering to be a team captain?
I'm volunteering.
Okay. Giorgio will be our first team captain, which I'm very excited about. And as our first team, okay, and our second team captain is here. So we got two very handsome and athletic team captains, and one will be the captain of the green team and one of the red team.
Red plate.
All right.
Awesome.
Blessing, yeah. We need to have a blessing on our team.
Okay, blessing.
That's right.
El Salvador, that's in front. So we're gonna push
So you should alternate. So you come on this side.
Just tell us what to do. And then when we start. Are we ready?
1, 2, 3.
Best of one. Best of one. That's it. We win.
All right, guys. Excellent job by the red and green team in the first event. Okay. Okay, Giorgio and Nelson doing darts, and for your team, Catherine and okay. Food tasting. Okay, food tasting. Okay. 2 out of 3. And who goes first, blue or white? White. Okay. Ready? Begin.
Yes. Come on. Oh, triple sevens. Double sevens. Double sevens.
34. Well done. Well done.
Hello to everybody. My name is Maria. I'm joking. I'm Vincenzo.
Hello, Vincenzo.
I'm from Italy. I live in Russia many years. I'm here to show you one of traditional recipe of Russia. It's a dessert. Its name is sirniki. It's kind of ricotta cheese that we will mix with eggs, butter. I add some ricotta cheese, then 1 egg. Then I add semolino. Also the green. Sorry? No, yogurt is different. Sorry. Okay. So, and then we just go. So I use 2 spoonfuls to make put and then I put. That's it.
¿Sabes por qué? Porque puedes usar.
They will swim. Oh my god.
I made the Cersei. And she made Mickey Mouse.
He made for you.
Huh? Pretty good, huh?
They just need a second to cool.
Num 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 num
And
num.
we put a little.
Just give it a try.
Okay, a little sauce. Here comes.
Yummy?
Yeah.
Do you like it?
I think she approves. Yeah.
If she eats it, she likes it. If she doesn't like it, it's not going to stay in her mouth. All right, well done. You passed the test.
Sweeping deeply, otherwise will fall down.
Okay. Maybe dip honey to it.
Anything
Nothing more than this cook already.
I don't know what this one is actually.
It's outside.
You look beautiful,
All right, time for the food tasting competition. Today we've got a wide variety of traditional Russian foods which are both fun and exciting and also a bit delighting. So without further ado, I'm gonna prepare something tasty for you. This is a classic Russian food which everyone needs to try, and I'm gonna make sure that you get a really tasty portion of that. And it's on the plate. I'll let you pick it up. I don't touch it with my hands. You can touch it.
It is too big.
It's for you.
I can crush sunseed. It tastes like a brown bread or black bread.
Yeah.
And there is a maroon vegetable which they call kabachok, and I think it's ikra. Yeah.
Very interesting idea. Bread like a plate. And this is very important in traditional Russian salad, which everyone needs to try. And that's up to you if you want to take the bread or just eat the salad off of, here you go.
Feed me salad only.
Yeah, you can just eat the salad, it's on the bread. You can use the bread like a plate or you can eat the, there you go.
It's Olivier.
Oh, Olivier, yes, you're right. You want me to hand it to you or let you take it?
Hold my hand and touch.
Okay. Here you go, right there.
Oh,
there you go.
Oh, moisture.
Yeah,
Did I grab it
moisture,
all?
that's right.
Oh, it's big.
It's big and tasty. It's gonna be tasty.
I crushed cucumber,
Okay, cucumber.
potato, pea,
Yeah.
ham, Olivier.
That's right, you got it. All right, I've got something exciting coming up. This is a classic, another classic of Russian delicacies. I hope that it will gain more popularity and soon it will be available in grocery stores in the West. All right, Monica, are you ready?
Yes, my hand.
Yes, your hand. Here you go.
Got it.
Okay, right here.
Oh,
There's
it
a
smells something. Something chili.
There's a small piece of bread right there. Yep, that one. That's for you. Yeah.
It is hot. It is hot. It's root something. It's
I can't remember.
a root of the Russian call it garchisa or something.
Oh, it's kind of like mustard. It's similar to mustard.
This is the hran.
It's
It is hot.
Man, because garchisa are not tasted and different.
Very good and fresh.
Oh.
It's
So
really
spicy.
really spicy and really tasty.
I'm eating something jelly. And the hran is hot.
Yes, oh God.
It's very refreshing.
It's the haladis or zivlinoy or something they call it.
Zivlinoy? What does that mean?
It's very refreshing and very healthy.
It's the same but a little different. It's yummy actually.
Okay. I put your fork here. And for Monica.
Okay.
Okay, I know.
I shovel it.
Yeah.
Oh, did I?
Yeah, you did it. You shoveled it.
I know this.
Carrot.
Yeah, carrot.
Beetroot. Pea.
This vinaigrette.
I think salad vinaigrette.
Vinaigrette.
Yes, that's right. Wow, so far it's a tie. They're both going 100%.
That was very yummy.
Okay.
We loved it.
You drink? Really? You win?
Monica girls have
You're really Russian, yeah.
She declared. She said I won. She said. It's just the hard part, you know, being a photographer.
Hey, but I need to come up. I need to crop it. I need to.
You can't. No. I don't think we can go on the boat.
Okay, everyone, let's get ready. Tonight we have a very exciting presentation and master class from a martial arts master, MMA, fitness private trainer, Mikhail. He's going to give us a very special presentation. Let's welcome Mikhail.
Друзья, у нас сегодня задача показать элементарные приемы против агрессивно настроенного человека.
Okay. So the main task here this evening that Mikhail is going to show is how to protect ourselves from aggressive people.
Мы работаем с детьми. Можно? Поможешь? Мы работаем с детьми.
For example, we're going for a walk.
Нам навстречу двигается агрессивный человек, хулиган.
So we meet some crazy, aggressive hooligan on the street. Make sure the child is behind your back. Get him in the ball!
Уже схватили. Здесь, как я показывал, все зависит от дистанции. На данной дистанции, например, можно отработать в лоб. Если он схватил и уже держит близко, необходимо работать коленом, пах, либо локтем.
Action! Go!
1, 2, 3. Oi!
Mikhail Schatzmister!
Oh! Oi, who is it?
For the main event, let's form a big circle, please. A big circle. And this event will be refereed by the Master Mikhail. Let's give a big round of applause.
Go!
Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God!
She needs a moment to reinflate.
Павел готов? Бойцем готов? Бокс!
eating.
Smile, Andrea, smile.
That's a good one.
Oh, Andrea's smiling, look. 2,
More,
3.
more, more.
Yeah.
I'm feeling super hot. Mine got broken and I was suffocated.
You did a fantastic job. Congratulations to both of you.
She was really making me laugh because she was too strong.
Yeah, she's strong and so,
I tried to give her stamina.
she's so energetic. She just grabbed you. Yeah.
It really made me give up. Well done.
It's really funny, in a lot of other countries, the foreigners are only socializing with other foreigners and local people actually don't integrate very well. But in Russia, we can make a party or event and post it in social network or Telegram, and it's going to be like 70 or 80% Russian people who come and speak English or Italian or French. In some other countries, local people didn't want to come, and this is actually kind of disappointing when you live in a foreign country and you don't have any friends from there. And that's, I think, part of the reason why I feel so at home in Russia, because I have really good people around me and I really enjoy my time here. Good evening, good evening.
Hi.
It's such a pleasure to see you.
How are you?
We're very happy to see you, and we want to report to you about all of our exciting events for the day.
Guys, how was your day?
It was great. It was great. It was good. We met new people. We made new contacts. New friends? Yeah, new friends. We talked about the connections and other families.
We played, we ate.
Yeah, we played, we ate, yeah. We cooked. We cooked.
Like fishing.
Yeah.
People went fishing.
Yeah.
I was a chess champion.
Yeah.
And I won.
And we completed a lot of competitions today, and Andrea was part of a very special competition. Maybe you want to say something about that, Andrea?
I was a bear. I was fighting. Polar bear. Polar bear, and I was fighting, and I won.
Okay,
Yeah.
Andrea was a big white fighting bear representing Russia.
Honestly, for me personally, it was amazing to meet people who also work for your company, and it was a great day to meet good contacts. Thank you, everyone.
So it was a really cool and exciting day, and we have to give the biggest thanks to you for allowing us to arrange this event, to celebrate and to do team building activities to help bring us together with our colleagues and to learn more from the master classes as well. So the biggest thanks to you for that.
Thank you very much. And you were just calling, and I was here with our client and my friend Ahmad. He has a lot of children, more than I wouldn't say the figure, you wouldn't believe it. And in case if anybody of you want to apply for Dubai job, you can also apply for Dubai job. What do you think?
Oh, that would be really exciting. What do you think? Does anyone want to apply to work in Dubai?
Very interesting.
It sounds interesting, but I think, I like better here in Moscow because look, we have all this food and all these people, so I think it's better here.
I like Dubai, so I might see you there, Brit girl, in Dubai in the future.
Moscow for me forever.
I
so love it.
So we have different opinions here. Some people want Dubai, some people want Moscow. I think we're divided.
Okay, so we should combine possibly sometime in Dubai, sometime in Moscow.
That sounds good.
Perfect. That's the perfect balance for us.
So, was great to see you. Hope you enjoyed your day. And come to Dubai.
See you there. Bye-bye.
The biggest thanks to you again, the biggest thanks to you, and a pleasure to meet your client and your candidates. So thank you so much again.
All right.
Good night and see you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. See you.
See ya.
In 2022, my relatives were all pressuring me like, you have to leave Russia, it's dangerous, it's a bad place. And I went and I lived in a few other countries for 4 months, and I was really disappointed. Just like the cost of living was higher, but the quality of life was lower.
Well, I want to buy a piece of land that has a house on it already. Say within 150 kilometers of Moscow. I'll commute in and work, maybe 2-3 days a week. The rest of the time, work on the farm, produce as much as I can. That's how I see my future in Russia. I would prefer to grow something. And I think there's a lot of opportunities.
When I had these children, the law was like, they were born here, they are citizens. So they gave them birth certificate. And they said when they are 12 years old, they should come themselves to take their international passport if they want. But with me, I'm a foreigner, and bye-bye. We used to talk, they used to be mommy, mommy, daddy, daddy, but now they don't have our time. They are big boys already, so one is 9 and one will be 7. They will be like, we were born in Russia and we are going to Russia very soon.
Why do you want to study to get a lot of money? Money can learn another culture, shopping everywhere. Talk to the English queen, ride an expensive limousine. All your dreams will come true, learning languages in school. Папа, что мне делать? Я хочу побыть в Китае, общаться с иностранцами, знакомства заводить. Но ведь я совсем языков других не знаю, и не знаю, как их самой начать учить.
Дочка, не грусти, я давно решил проблему. Ждал, когда готова будешь мир ты изучать. Английская няня провернет такую схему, что ты сможешь и китайский, и английский понимать.
Я теперь могу путешествовать по миру, знакомства и друзей по всей планете заводить. Спасибо, что нашел мне английскую няню. Она мне помогла на языке заговорить. Вместе мы играли, пели песни и общались. Подходом мы лишь на языке легко давались.
Дочка, я же говорил, что решу проблему. Теперь ты мир чудесный можешь изучать. Английская няня провернула суперсхему. Ты можешь языки в этом мире понимать.
English Nanny, супер English Nanny, это скилл. Спасибо, что носитель Nanny в детстве пригласил. English Nanny, супер English Nanny, это level. Английским языком теперь свободно я владею. English Nanny, супер English Nanny, это скилл. Спасибо, что носитель Nanny в детстве пригласил. English Nanny, супер English Nanny, это level. Английским языком теперь свободно я владею.
Why?
во сне, где все так легко, где всегда тепло и ясно. Босиком я бегу по берегам, на песке следы оставлю. Впереди мой путь в 1000 шагов к мечте. Ты мечтай, ты беги навстречу небу, ты беги по нежной воде облаков. Ты летай, ты лети туда, где ветер шепчет на вопрос ответы.